In this middle-class Istanbul neighborhood, people say they're getting poorer by the day. With inflation at more than 20% and the Turkish lira in free fall, Turks are watching their incomes dwindle as prices skyrocket. Recep Bayraktar says he is barely surviving on his pension. He now can't afford to take his grandchildren out. We can't even buy them a toy. A toy worth 10 lira is now 40, he says. Children want everything they see. What will we do? But it's not just the luxuries. Many here say they can barely afford the basics. Asuman Ozel no longer brings a shopping cart to the market. I bought 2 eggplants, a few zucchinis, and 1 cauliflower, she tells us. That's it. In the past, I used to buy kilos of everything. I used to fill up my shopping cart. Now, it's impossible. This woman interrupts to tell us everything is very expensive. She says her husband, a tailor, hasn't worked in over a year after he got ill with COVID. The couple live off their pension, and it's barely enough to cover their expenses. I get discounted bread from the municipality. We can't eat red meat, not even once a week. I have no idea how we're going to survive. It's a question on the minds of many Turks, who at times are watching the cost of pretty much everything rise on a daily basis.
Teşekkür ederim. Simit. The Turkish bagel, as it's known, is a popular, inexpensive street food and a breakfast staple in this country. This has gone up by 30% in the past few days. Shocking for a lot of people here who say, if the simit wasn't spared, what's next?
The Turkish lira lost nearly half of its value this year, more than 30% of that in November alone. Most experts blame this on the Turkish president's unorthodox economic policies. To fight inflation, most countries raise interest rates, but Turkey is doing the opposite. President Erdogan, a staunch opponent of high interest rates that he describes as an evil that makes the rich richer and the poor poorer, has pushed the central bank to cut borrowing costs. Lower interest rates and a depreciated currency, he argues, will boost production, jobs, tourism, and exports. But experts are questioning the president's plan.
Turkey is now raising the prices for the entire economy for the benefit of actually around 20-25% of the economy. So it's not really helping the household that's trying to cope with high inflation. The problem is there is no focus on fighting with inflation, which is the core of the problem right now in Turkey, and the unpredictability that comes along with it.
President Erdogan's promising results within 6 months. But with the 2023 elections fast approaching, much rides on his ability to deliver.
At the core of President Erdogan's success for the better of half of the past 2 decades was his ability to deliver for middle and low income households. And now it seems to have completely turned around, where middle income and low income households are really suffering.
This suffering may cost Erdogan at the polls, but for now, it's ordinary Turks who are bearing the brunt of this political gamble. Cumali Karaci, CNN, Istanbul.